wrath and envy's false surmise, condemned to that dungeon merciless, where they should live in woe and die in wretchedness. There was that great proud king of Babylon, that would compel all nations to adore, and him as only God to call upon, till through celestial doom, thrown out of door, into an ox he was transformed of yore. There also was King Croesus, that enhanced his heart to high through his great riches store, and proud Antiochus, the which advanced his cursed hand 'gainst God, and on his altars danced. And them long time before great Nimrod was, that first the world with sword and fire warrayed. And after him old Ninus far did pass in princely pomp, of all the world obeyed. There also was that mighty monarch laid low under all, yet above all in pride, that name of native sire did foul upbraid, and would as Ammon's son be magnified, till scorned of God and man, a shameful death he died. All these together in one heap were thrown, like carcasses of beasts in butcher's stall. And in another corner wide were strown the antique ruins of the Romans' fall. Great Romulus, the grandsire of them all, proud Tarquin, and too lordly Lentulus, stout Scipio, and stubborn Hannibal, ambitious Sylla, and stern Marius, high Caesar, great Pompey, and fierce Antonius. Amongst these mighty men were women mixed, proud women, vain, forgetful of their yoke. The bold Semiramis, whose sides transfixed with sun's own blade, her foul reproaches spoke. Fair Zenobia, that herself did choke with wilful cord, for wanting of her will. High-minded Cleopatra, that with stroke of aspis sting herself did stoutly kill. And thousands more the like, that did that dungeon fill. Besides the endless routs of wretched thralls, which thither were assembled day by day, from all the world after their woeful falls, through wicked pride and wasted wealth's decay. But most of all, which in the dungeon lay, fell from high princes' courts, or ladies' bowers, where they in idle pomp or wanton play consumed had their goods and thriftless hours, and lastly thrown themselves into these heavy stowres. Whose case, when as the careful dwarf had told, and made an ensample of their mournful sight unto his master, he no longer would there dwell in peril of like painful plight, but early rose, and ere that dawning light discovered had the world to heaven wide, he by a privy postern took his flight, that of no envious eyes he might be spied, for doubtless death ensued, if any him descried. Scarce could he footing find in that foul way, for many courses, like a great lay-stall of murdered men, which therein strowed lay, without remorse or decent funeral, which all through that great princess' pride did fall and came to shameful end. And then beside, forth riding underneath the castle wall, a dunghill of dead carcasses he spied, the dreadful spectacle of that sad house of pride. End of Book 1, The Legend of the Knight of the Red Cross, Canto 5,